I'm ready for my next guest, and my team is ready. I have coming the awesome Brad Ferris, one of my favorite Nachoers, sponsors, people. He's like me. He likes to be kindly disruptive and share some things to pay attention to. Brad, you've been on the show before, but just take a 60 seconds and share, what does Clinic Grower do to help dentists?
Right now, we're helping practices to get over their no-show issue, which is for the first 3 months of this year was massively horrible. So,
let's talk about, so everyone listen in, because no-shows drive you Nacho nuts. This is something, a tale as old as time. I worked with my amazing dad, Brad, for 11 years. They passed away. And that was, this patient didn't show up. Why didn't they show up? You start taking it out on your front desk like they're the patient, which is unfair. You start saying this. So the no-show issue, right? Let's talk about this. Tell me what you want to deliver to us. You can start with, why does it happen? What do you guys do? The floor is yours.
Yeah, so what we do is education and systems and implementation along with our marketing. But about 32% of patients are just habitual no-showers. They're just bad people, maybe not bad patients, but just they literally have no fear. They have no remorse about no-showing you. And for new patients, it's hard because there's no way to ask that question nicely. You can't ask them how many times they've no-showed other dentists. And then I think the other, it comes down to confidence, and it comes down to how we're establishing the relationship. What we hear the most in our phone audits, actually over the past 90 days, is pretty clear evidence that the patient isn't confident that we can help them. And what we're saying to the practices is, share the experience of your dental team, right? Share how many patients you help. Make these patients aware of how great of an office and an atmosphere it is. It makes a big difference in getting them motivated to come in.
I love that, Brad. A couple of things. I was at a great business meeting the other day, and the guy was talking about a classic topic of being more present, not being on your phone all the time, not doing this. And he said, listen, I stink at being present, but I'm less worse than I used to be. And I love that, right? Just 10% better. No-shows aren't going to be solved with a magic wand. So let's say I have a dental practice and I engage with Clinic Grower. What are the tools? If you text Grower to 215-543-6454, how does the training work? Tell us a little of those details.
Yep. So I've got a free training that I put inside the group right now that people can contact us and ask for the recording. It was 18 minutes with one of my practices on Monday. We've also got a nice no-show sequence. I've often spent time reviewing the literature, so I can talk kind of from a fairly knowledgeable place. And then a lot of practices, we're helping them establish just a $1 Stripe authentication process in practice for those new patients. Just making sure that there's just a psychological commitment of that $1, having a no-show fee in place. And yes, you might not get as many appointments confirmed, but you are going to see a much lower no-show.
I think, the chair time has become at a premium. Somehow the pandemic has caused this, even though we're kind of past the pandemic in some ways. When you have open chair time, it's a killer of morale. It can be a killer of money. It can be demoralizing to people. So I really like that when you have people commit in some ways. I worked at a very fine dining restaurant in Princeton, New Jersey, and this was back in 2000. And we required for reservations over 10, $250, $25 a person. And one time I had one of those tables, Brad, and they didn't show. And I said to my manager, hooray, I get $50 in tip for nothing. He goes, no, we're not going to charge them. This rarely happens. But what it does is makes the other people give you notice for canceling. So I just think that this classic technique has been around forever. And it's, getting patients to make some small commitment so that at least we'll let you know. So I think that's awesome, Brad. Tell us before we wrap up, how has this impacted some of your clients? What do they report? Feeling better, making more money, crying less, all of the above?
I think it's just the peace of mind that the patient on the schedule has a very high chance of showing up. I think that largely, just like you said, it allows you to plan your day. Nobody wants to have an empty schedule that they don't have any patient to put into. So I just think it makes everyone's lives just a lot less stressful.
And I'll share something. I was talking about this the other day at one of my meetings. Momentum is key for anything you do in life. So if you're at the gym and someone comes by and says, let's have a few nachos, go back to working out. You don't feel like going back to working out, right? And, I've been able to pick up my daughter from school more than ever due to the pandemic. But if you want the truth, it throws off my work momentum, right? I walk down and pick her up. So the same thing happens in your dental office. When there's an opening in a dental office, it's not just about revenue. The momentum is thrown off. People start not paying attention. People start, trying to do other things. So I think what you're doing is just so valuable, and I appreciate you offering this to our community.
Thanks.
So we can text Grower to 215-543-6454. People want to reach out directly to your website. How would they do that, Brad? We'll put that in the comments.
Yeah, no
Oh, yeah, you're back. What's your website to reach out to?
Yeah, it's just clinicgrower.com/nachos.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Brad. Really appreciate it. So Nacho, can we just bring up the boost code? I'm going to make another plea. So do you think private practices are going to go the way of the panda, almost get extinct? I do want to say the panda seems very resilient because I feel like it's been the same amount of pandas since I've been in 4th grade. So they're very resilient. But if you do not want private practices to go the way of the panda, learn more about how to buy a practice, how to start a practice, what to do when you get a practice. Let's get more awareness. I work with DSOs daily. I work with private practice owners daily. Let's take a look at the full menu, the full Nacho plate of career options. Join us at Superdance Business Boost. This is a free virtual gift to our community. Text Boost to 215-543-6454. If you'd like to be a guest on Talking Nachos or connect with us, reach out to us at salsa@dentalnachos.com. Thanks so much, guys.